Our Georgia boy's been busy this week, hasn't he? Right, we've got a Notablog post from the 6th of December titled, A Visit to Old Blighty. That's right, he's been around these parts. So, let's get into it, shall we? And it does mention the winds of winter. I've been busy catching up these past couple of weeks, dealing with the 1,000-odd emails that accumulated while I was over the pond in London town for 2.5 weeks. Most of that was spam, though, and quickly dealt with. It was a busy trip. I've not been to London since before the Dublin Worldcon a few years ago. That trip was largely for fun. This one was mostly work. Though we did find time to see a few plays on the West End. Cabaret was amazing, but oh, so dark. I love the film version with Liza Minnelli, one of my favourite films of all time, but the stage production has a whole different level. Brilliant, but gut-wrenching, especially considering the times we are living through right now. We also caught the adaptation of Neil Gaiman's novel, The Ocean at the End of the Lane, a wonderful book, but so much of it depends on internal monologue and Neil's rich, evocative prose that I wondered how they could possibly bring it to the stage. I need not have worried. They did a masterful job. I hear they may be bringing it to Broadway soon. If so, don't miss it. Finally, we went to see The Mousetrap, the Agatha Christie whodunit that's been playing on the West End since 1952. That was a funny thing as well. And since we're talking theatre, one of the meetings I had in London was with Dominic and Duncan, the director and scriptwriter of our own stage play, the one we have been working on for the past few years. Originally, we were calling it Harrenhal, but we have now settled on The Iron Throne as a title, until we think of something better. Regardless, things are coming well, I think, and we're hopeful of being able to open in late 2024. Maybe, but you never know. There's still a lot of work to be done. Right. So when Game of Thrones finished and they were like, we've got these projects we're all working on, there was talk of a stage play. There has been some information on it. Actually, I'm sure the Dragon Demands guy has shit ton of information on this play, probably. We should go and have a look over there. And that is going to be awesome. That will be really cool. And I imagine that is going to have a hell of a stage production. Obviously, it was called Harrenhal because it's, well, based at Harrenhal. It's going to be about the tourney and Robert's Rebellion. And, well, if you know, you know. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Oh, and we've got a lovely picture of George in London. He does look happy, doesn't he? Oh, bless. And I just, oh, that's so nice. He looks so happy. And, I mean, for someone... This is it. So he's writing a book this in depth. He's doing all this and that. He's like my grandparents' age. At this point, I'm just like, it's nice that he's not just complaining about his aches and pains, isn't it? Next, he goes on to say, I also found time to meet with my British publisher and my other British publisher to talk wildcards and A Song of Ice and Fire. And, of course, The Winds of Winter, baby! He doesn't say baby, I'm saying baby. And, of course, I also spent 3 days with House of the Dragon, starting with a visit to the studio where HOTD is being shot. Guys, I love that he calls it HOTD, it's so funny. Slaps to you, George. I had originally planned to visit there months ago, but the WGA strike put an end to that, and instead I stayed here in Santa Fe, working on Winds of Winter and walking a picket line. All I have to say about that is, oh my God. Bless him. I am no stranger to film sets. I have worked off and on in television and film since 1986, where I joined the staff of the Twilight Zone revival at CBS. I still recall the rush where I saw them building Stonehenge on the soundstage behind my office for an episode I'd written. And of course, I visited Game of Thrones shoots in Belfast, Scotland, Morocco, and Malta. Those were incredible too. But nothing I have ever seen can compare with the Red Keep and Dragonstone sets they have built at Leavesden Studios in London. Huge, stunning, and so damned real that I felt as though I'd gone through a time portal to medieval Westeros. I love castles, and have visited dozens of actual medieval castles, keeps, and towers in my time, and none of the real castles I have ever seen can hold a candle or a torch to our Red Keep. Oh, that is so fucking awesome. I am jealous of you, George. It's not all tromping through sets, though. I have spent 2 days locked in a room with Ryan Condal and his writing staff, Sarah Hess, Ty Mickle, David Hancock, and Philippa Goslet, talking about the 3rd and 4th seasons of House of the Dragon. They were lively, fun discussions, and we got some good work done, though 2 days was not nearly enough. There is so much ground to cover that I am not sure 20 days would have been enough. Oh my God, George. Oh my God. Oh, and we've got a lovely photo. I think that must be him and Ryan. They must be stood in the Red Keep where they've got that weird weirwood that supposedly exists in the show. I don't think there's one in the book. Somebody correct me. The highlight of the trip, though, had to be the sneak preview that Ryan gave me of the first 2 episodes of House of the Dragon Season 2. Rough cuts, of course. Of course, I am hardly objective when talking about anything based on my own work, but I have to say, I thought both episodes were just great, and they are not even finished yet. George, hey, can you send me a copy of that? Thank you. Bye. Dark, mind you, very dark. They may make you cry. I did not cry myself, but one of my friends did. Come on, George, you're letting your friends see it. That sounds bad. Powerful, emotional, gut-wrenching, heart-rending. Just the sort of thing I like. What can I say? I was weaned on Shakespeare and love the tragedies and history plays best of all. We also got to spend Halloween in London. My minions made me dress up. They are very bossy minions. Yeah, that was a bit... no comment. Also got to spend some time over there with friends old and new. Lisa Tuttle, Paul Cornell, Meredith Glynn, Jane Johnson, Mark Lawrence, Maisie Williams. A lovely trip, all in all. We even got to see some fireworks on the 5th of November. But now I am back, and there is so much work to be done. Current mood, tired. Ugh. Right, oh my God. Okay, right, wow. Oof, that's a lot. Cheerio.